Hey, it's Ty Crandall with Credit Suite, and in this video, we're going to kind of decode the lender's secret formula for approval. If you're looking to get credit cards and credit lines and loans, you need to know that lenders and credit issuers have a secret set of standards that you must meet, and if you meet those standards, in a lot of cases, you get automated approvals, or it's much easier to get approved for bank loans. If you don't meet the standards, you're typically going to get denied. So today, we're just going to kind of decode what these lenders and credit issuers are looking for, so you know exactly what you need to do to have the best chance of improving your fundability to actually get approved. So let's talk about business fundability. Lenders want to feel comfortable that before they're even going to think about lending you money. Okay, so this means your online listings, your offline listings, everything about your business needs to establish that you're credible. Okay, that's important to bolster that fundability. Lenders and credit issuers need to feel that your company is the real deal, and they have this criteria that they look at to really determine that. Now, if you meet that criteria, in a lot of cases, you get approved very easily, and if you don't, it throws up red flags that ultimately get you denied. So establishing professional fundability makes a huge difference to become more fundable to lenders, vendors, credit issuers. So let's talk a little bit about how to do that in this video. So the very first thing, one of the first things you're going to do when you set up the business is after you get your business name is an entity set up is you want to get that free EIN number for your business. Now you can go to irs.gov to actually do that, and you're going to need to have set up your entity first. So really, if you're just getting started in this, you want to try to make sure you're choosing a business name that reflects that you're not in a high-risk industry. You want to make sure the domain is available for that business name as well. Then you want to set up the entity with your Secretary of State. You could use services like LegalZoom, but if you go directly to your Secretary of State, it's easy, cheap, and fast to typically do. Then you'll get that free EIN from irs.gov. Okay, now keep in mind, you can start off as any entity. Any entity could build business credit, but what matters is you probably want to avoid a sole proprietorship and you want to avoid partnerships. You want to really choose a corporation. You can even go with an LLC. And the reason for that is that sole proprietorships and partnerships, the problem is that you are the business. So with these entities like sole proprietor, you're always going to be liable for what happens to the business. If the business gets sued, you get sued because you are the business. I'm not an attorney and that's not legal advice, but that's what you'll find. So we need to separate you from the business. So we could separate your business credit amongst other things. Corporation and LLCs do that. Sole proprietorships and partnerships just do not do that. Okay. If you, and talk a little about DBA, if you're going to choose a sole proprietor, at least do a DBA. You don't want your name to be the legal name of the business. A DBA at least lets you publicize something else out there as the business name. Now, if you don't use it, again, your personal name becomes the business name, and that opens up all kinds of liability for you. Another reason you want to think about avoiding sole proprietor, here's the crazy statistics. The IRS says that with a sole proprietor, you have a 1 in 7 chance of an IRS audit, but if you're a corporation, you have a 1 in 50% chance or 50 chance of an IRS audit. So not only does it give you a better chance of separating liability with a corporation or LLC, but with a corporation, you dramatically lower your chances of getting audited by the IRS. Get a merchant account set up as well. Now, a merchant account is where your business has the ability to accept credit cards and debit cards. And of course, studies show that people spend a lot more when they can pay by credit card. So it increases your ability, or it improves your ability to get people financing as well, because you have the ability to accept credit cards. Now, the reason I'm suggesting that here, it's because obviously having a merchant account gives you credibility, but it also opens up funding options for you. When you have a merchant account that you start running transactions through, those credit card transactions can be used as collateral to get you financing regardless of your credit quality. So you're able to get approved for money without collateral, without good credit, just based on the consistency of the money going through that merchant account. So make sure you set up that merchant account because it opens up funding options beyond just giving you credibility. Now, you want to also get set up with the business credit reporting agencies. It becomes important. Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian Commercial, they're all going to start establishing credit reports and profiles for you, whether you know it or not. In the business world, you'll be populated a credit report and given a failing score because they know you exist even when you have no credit. So we've got to get set up with the reporting agencies early on and start building some initial credit. So go to Dun & Bradstreet's website and look for your business name. Now you can also go to our website, which is creditsuite.com/reports. And at creditsuite.com/reports, you can do this free search with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. You basically go and look for your business. Now, if you can't find it, well, then right there, you can get your free DUNS number and get set up. Now, DUNS number is how Dun & Bradstreet basically gets you into their system, and it's required to get a credit score with them, and Dun & Bradstreet's credit score is known as Paydex score. So if you don't have a DUNS number, well, then there's no record, there's no Paydex score. You can't get a credit score with Dun & Bradstreet without that DUNS number, which is why you want to consider doing that here in this step. Now, with the company in D&B system, then you want to search Equifax and Experian as well. And if you go to creditsuite.com/reports, you can do all that. And then basically what you're looking for is this: is there a record? When you do that basic search, they're either going to not pull up any result, they're going to pull up a record, or they're going to pull up a record with, and they're going to tell you there's trade lines. So if there is a record that pulls up, well, then you probably want to pull that report and check it for accuracy. Like I said, Equifax and Experian will give you a failing credit profile and score even when you have no credit reporting. So you need to see if that's happening to you or not. If there's no record, well, you know it's not happening. If there is a record, it's worth getting your reports to see what's being reported. Now, when you start to get credit from places which report to Experian at Equifax, they're going to have something to then report on. So you want to go ahead and do that search to see what information they have now. Okay, so remember, a lot of things tie into your credibility here: your address, your phone number. You need to have a business address or a virtual address. Avoid PO boxes, UPS addresses. Get a business phone number. Get it listed with 411. Get a fax number. Set up a website, professional email address, any necessary licenses that you need. We talked today about setting up your entity and EIN. We talked today about getting your DUNS number set up and doing that search with the reporting agencies. All of this stuff becomes very important with setting up your business fundably to make it where it's more fundable. Again, lenders and credit issuers are relying on the fact that you don't know this information. They're relying on the fact that you're going to mess this up, and then that's what they're going to use to deny you. I want you to get approved. You want to get approved. So by making sure that your business is set up credibly and that you're fundable, you have the best chance of getting approved for loans, credit lines, and credit cards. We have tons of videos on this topic on our YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. That's at youtube.com/credit suite. Also, go to our main website, creditsuite.com. The top right of the page, you can access our free training links. We go live weekly on YouTube, Facebook. We have tons of tips on our other social channels. We have a podcast, lots of ways you can get information about becoming more fundable, building business credit, and getting credit lines and credit cards to grow your business. If you have any questions along the way, give us a ring, 877-600-2487 and info@creditsuite.com.